in the fishing industry in Tobago. For the last 6 months, we have seen a rise in the theft of both engines and fishing boats in the island of Tobago, more so concentrated in the Plymouth district. This morning I have here 2 out of the 8 engines that were stolen from the Plymouth district. Now, I just want to make it very clear and let the public know that over the years, it had a security company that used to secure the fishing facilities in Tobago. And while those security were performing their duty, our complaint was minimum. But there is a new security firm that take over. And since that security firm take over, we have lost more than 8 engines and more than 4 boats have been stolen. Belgarden, stolen, boat and engine. Plymouth, numerous boat and engine. So it is saying to me that there is a conspiracy between that security firm that is hired and the bandits that is performing these acts of criminal against the fisher folk, which they are trying to now destroy the fishing industry. We have been advocating for help through the fishing industry. The fishing industry is a multi-billion dollars industry, to who don't know. And it's very sad to see when you entrust an organization to safeguard what is yours, and not even 6 feet from where the security is sleeping, is lying, is playing pansy. Bandits is coming in where there is lights with their tools and their drills and take off and pong off and lift off and drive off with the belongings of the fisher folks. And you telling me they don't know? They ain't see anything? The same security is sending threats to the same fisher folks. So what we should do? We should stay calm. Wrong group. Wrong set of people. We are not going to tolerate that. And if the security firm do not buy back these engines by November for the latest, according to old people, not same time green bush drop of water I rotten, we will take action against security. And we are calling upon the Chief Secretary. And we are calling upon Ms. Pantin and those who would have employed this security firm to ensure, one, the fishermen get back the engine and the boats. If not by in itself, they must pay for it. Or else we are going to, and make no mistake, we are going to take legal actions against this organization. And I'm telling you too, don't come back. Don't come back. How it is it coincidental? The same security in Plymouth, engine is stolen. The same security in Belgarden, engine is stolen. What it is going on? And we are talking about solving crime? We are calling for immediate investigation, and we are calling for immediate funding to ensure that Mr. Bob get back his engine, Mr. Douglas get back his engine, Mr. Balfour get back his engine, and also up in Belgarden, the boat and engine is stolen. Some form of compensation should be given to these fisher folks. So, I don't know if you all want to ask any question to any of the fisher folk, that engine was stolen right in front of the eyes of the security that was paid to secure the area. So we have here this morning Mr. Bob and Mr. Douglas. Mr. Douglas, come and have a word. Ask the questions.
Good morning. My name is Darren Douglas. Yes, the matter has been reported to the. Yes, the matter has been reported to the police, fisheries, and also the security firm. The same night happened, which was the 17th. Yeah, Great Tuesday. Darren Douglas.
What has been the feedback from the police?
Nothing as yet from anyone.
So how have you been managing in the interim?
It's not a good feeling. That's the most I could say. It's not a good feeling. Nothing at all. It could be done. Exactly.
Come, Mr. Duke. Mr. Bob, you want to say something? Let Mr. Bob come forward and say something too.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Elvis Bob. Elvis Bob. Representing the Fishing Association from Plymouth, Blackrock. Well, my engine was stolen the same day with Mr. Douglas and make a report to the police station, also to the fisheries, and since that, no response to say, well, you know how we can get compensated, because for me, once my engine is down, it come like I am down. You know, so for me, it is most I could say right now, you know.
How will you be able to send your children to school?
Well, right now there's a problem right now, because right now, only two of my children that could go to school right now. Because I was waiting on the president to come back, which I knew he had that in the family. And
Yeah. All right. I'll fix it.
I resigned from the government and I get that boat for my living after I resigned to see about my family. You know? So it hurt me very much then to know I had to be going through that. When I never choose that life to know, I was an honest fisherman. You know, my boat was here working in the oil and helping to Tobago, and they just take my engine and go on it. You know? Yeah, I feel really good, you know. Really good. You know? The most I could see, right?
Yeah. Mr. Duke. Yeah, well, you know, and even in that, there is attempt still taking place. Even in Scarborough, men are to be sleeping in the boat. Right now, as I speak, men are to be sleeping in the boat. Men are to be sleeping in the boat to safeguard. Where is the security? Where is the help? Where is the help? Mr. Bob have his children. Mr. Balfour have his children. Why? Where the taxpayers' money is going? So you trying to tell me we can't combat crime? How much more can we take? Mr. Bob and Mr. Douglas were working with me in the oil spill. Within 24 hours, they thieved the engine. This is a calculated thing. Enough is enough. You know, we are asking that we, the fisher folk, should bear arms. We are asking that we must be able to bear arms. Because if we cannot be protected by the security, by the police, by the Coast Guard. We must be able to protect ourselves, to be able to feed our families. This is too much. This is too much. This hatred that is being pushed down the throats upon innocent bystander of Tobago. We are not going to take it anymore. So, if they see fishes floating in the sea, don't blame nobody more than themselves. Don't blame nobody more than themselves. Imagine you have to be sleeping in your fishing boat to protect your engine, to protect your livelihood. We have children 4, 5, 7. How we feeding with family? Plain talk. That is cowboy behavior, and that is what you call instant rubbish. Rubbish. But when we speak, some people find we should shut up. And we are contributing to the growth and development of this society, because everyone in this society have their part to play. Our part is to provide food and to provide for our families. So, I don't know what else to say. I do not know what else to say. More than we are calling upon the authorities to replace these engines, to help us with these boats. Hey, if you all come with 80% of the money, the association will come up in the next 20. But we cannot have that security firm still operating and distressing people in Tobago. That's a no-no. The former security organization, we never had any problem. So is it? I am asking the question, is this a conspiracy to damage the fishing industry or the poor people of Tobago? We are not going to allow it, and we are not going to accept it by any means necessary. We are saying no to that type of hatred, and we are saying no to that type of abuse, and we are saying no to that type of victimization. No. Any questions? Right.
Could you tell us if fisher folk have been compensated? Did you receive any monies from Mr. Augustine in terms of the THE administration with respect to the oil spill compensation?
With respect to the oil spill and the compensation for the contractors that would have worked on the oil spill 7 months ago, I am here today to say the fisher folk, which is ATFA, haven't received any money, any payment. The only payment we would have received is some kakadab they give us for 1 month. That was in February. Since then, the 10 million, the 50 million that was sent to the assembly, where the chief secretary and they came out and said they would have received it, we, the Tobago contractors, had not been paid as yet. So I did some inquiries, and to find out, when I called the Secretary for Finance, she said she would have dispersed the money to the administrator. The money was dispersed to the administrator, but for some reason, the administrator is playing God. She's playing God with the money for the fisher folks. Over a month now since they received that money, we haven't received a penny.
What are you calling on Mr. Augustine to do?
I am calling on Mr. Augustine and his team. The people would have voted for you to represent them. And you cannot have a public servant that is playing God with the people of money, deciding or pulling out from the pick-a-pan who she's going to pay and who she would not be paid. All the Trinidad contractors had been paid. Why it is the first responders for Tobago who would have made sure that we secure our environment and mitigate the hydrocarbon from destroying the island has not been paid. So because I speak about it, you decide to victimize us. We are saying those type of plantation behavior, we will not tolerate it in Tobago. And I'm calling for an investigation or audit into this money. Why it is that we cannot get paid a month into it, but yet still your 1% friends who would have worked in Tobago are receiving funding. They are receiving, not funding, let me make it clear. They are receiving their full payment for work that was done. We already have done the work. It's 7 to 8 months. I'm going on 8 months now. And you telling me you still want to pull name from blow the pick up and blow your bed because you don't like me? So you decide you're not going to pay me?
What has been your response when you speak to the administrator? Have you reached out to the administrator?
No contact. But I could tell you, there was in New York, in Tobago, they spending taxpayers' money while I can't send my child to school. Why I can't buy books for my child? And the workers can't buy for the children. And on top of that, engine been stolen. So when they're paying pick a pan and pick a boo, right? And laughing, I can't mind my family because of what? I am not political. It's not my concern, but red or black or blue. My concern is Tobago. And I am going to speak out and I'm going to let the Tobagonian know. I'm going to let the public know how and what is taking place and why it is. I don't know why it is they're victimizing. Me know how slave, you know. You can't program me, you know. I am here to represent Tobago and I'm here to represent the contractors, fisher folks of Tobago. Why? What yardstick did you use to decide to pay only Trinidad contractors and not pay Tobago contractors after we are the one that advocate to ensure that Tobago get paid? So you're waiting till the end of the fiscal year finished with 2013 so that we must go into next year, or we should have a lawsuit against the THA. I want the people of Tobago to know and see and understand what is going on. Institutional victimization is real. Nepotism is real, but it is clear. You could see it. The whole world could see it. We are the last to be paid or not to be paid. Not even a conversation or phone call. I said, Mr. Douglas, we're going to pay you later. They are playing gods. There must be some form of...
Are you disappointed at this time in the present administration?
I am so disappointed. I am grossly, gravely disappointed by the actions of the accounting department and more so the head, which is the chief administrator. We have went, you asked for my service. You have asked for my service to go and retrieve a body, one of our colleagues that jumped. No payment. The engines will break up, mash up, no payment. We have worked without a contract, no payment. I am so disappointed. I'm wondering if this is a political attack against the people of Tobago because of what was said. Well, I'm saying to you all, I'm using a quote from the Prime Minister. My money and our money don't sleep out. We want money and we want it now. Any questions?
When was the last time you had a conversation with Mr. Augustine?
I would have had a conversation with Mr. Augustine 2 weeks ago, roughly 2 weeks ago, because I had a debt in my family and they know it. And they blatantly didn't pay me so that I could go and lay my rights, my wife to rest in peace. Huh? And also go to England to bury my wife. And they know it. But they're playing fancy with me. And vexed when we speak out. Well, here what? I want the world to know the kind of action we have and the type of nepotism that is taking place and victimization is taking place in the THA by these public servants. And if they cannot treat the people fairly, they should pack their bag and go home. What they should do?
Leave.
What they should do? If they can't handle it, or communicate, or pay the fisher folk in Tobago, let them pack their bag and
Leave.
And if they cannot make a conscientious decision to ensure that these fishermen get back and women get back the engine and boat, whether should they pack their bag and
Leave.
let them leave now. We make no apologies. We make no apologies to anyone, because we here as Tobagonian to ensure that every Tobagonian and every citizen should be treated fairly. Doesn't matter if you eat red fish, if you eat blue fish, if you eat black fish, or whatever fish you intend to partake in, you should be treated fairly. Any other questions? With that, Mr. Cooper, you have anything to say? I don't have anything to say. Right. The team said I was clear, and we are not going to sit down and play ducks on a line and get shoot down. We are not going to tolerate that, and we're not going to accept that as Tobagonians. Thank you very much, and thank the entire media for your support and for keeping it very quiet. Thank you. I appreciate it.